conversation here. So yeah, so specifically, I'm going to be starting off with WEM. I tell you what, WEM it's one of those diamonds in the rough. It has come so far since the Northscale acquisition, and what what is available to you for workspace environment management. It's an incredible feature slash product that now everybody's going to have access to from a cloud service standpoint. So what we're going to be touching on is, we couldn't quite possibly put everything here, but the most interesting or fun bullets for features that we talk about all the time, that really stand out from the pack, right? From other things there. So from a WEM standpoint, if you haven't looked at it in a long time, or it's been, or you've never looked at it, you've probably missed quite a bit, right? So WEM in general is three different things, is how I kind of categorize it. It gives you security features. It gives you resource optimization, which used to be an old Microsoft role that they had independent as an infrastructure role, which they don't have anymore. And it's basically just UEM in general, right? All in one. So it gives you multiple things under one umbrella. It's simplified architecture, and I did want to highlight this piece, that the cloud service, it's probably one of the easiest and best cloud services to transition to first. You just spin up your provision your tenant for it, and you're off and running, right? So you only worry about the agent. You don't have to worry about anything else. So for the on-prem customers where you got the brokers still, you got load balancing policies on your ADCs, you got stuff like that to worry about, the database, all that goes away. You only have the agent. So really it's a huge deal on the cloud service side, because we can easily just spin it up and ready to rock, right? It gives you the privilege elevation capability, and now with self elevate. So this is typically stuff that they've been adding in fast and furious that were in third party, right? So if you're traditionally like an Avanti customer with the old AppSense pieces or other third-party products, this is where you would have to go to get some of these things. Well, now they're slowly being introduced in workspace environment management, and they've, these kind of things are made their way in there. So self elevate is probably the most recent here of I don't know, like September or October 2021, where a user can ask for self elevation and get that in their context. So that's really cool. You got process hierarchy control, which is just a fancy name for the jailbreak stuff, right? So the anti-jailbreaking, where you can break out of a published app and run other processes within there. It's basically that you think about the allowed or the blocked capability for running other processes you're not supposed to be running outside of the published app scenario. It's just in there. You get the Citrix profile management, policy management. There wasn't feature parity before. There is now. You can control all settings within there. That can be your go-to spot. You don't need to mess with the ADMXs anymore. So we've shifted to using that within WEM for the most part these days. FS Logics, the Citrix is doing a lot more there than Microsoft is doing, to be perfectly honest. Microsoft, if you know, for FS Logic, they haven't done a lot of new development. They've been patching a few holes here and there, but Citrix has really been, taking that in consideration, and they've added some value add, including multi-session write-back for UPM, which we don't have available to us in FS Logics, but also insights, monitoring of the profile container side of things, right? So I got a quick screenshot of that here later. So it's built into there for being able to see easily, visually into your profile container. The application security rule side, so another security feature, that's your aka app locker capability. They fixed the merge piece on that now, whereas before it was overwrite. There was a problem with the multi-session. Now they've got the merge that fixes that, so you can use this app locker type capability within WEM. Group policy, you can import, migrate easily, HQLM, HQ current user. The multi-session optimization is awesome. You basically, it's just a way of it dealing with disconnected sessions in a multi-session scenario. So like Server OS Win 10 multi-session that we're doing a lot in Azure with today, that's where this helps. And it's a lot easier on you than doing optimization for everything that is heavy on the page file. Well, here with this, it's only looks at disconnected sessions, so it helps out there. Citrix Optimizer integration, Wake on LAN feature. If you haven't looked at that is slick. That was a huge one with the remote PC stuff going on over COVID. You had to have some way to turn those machines back on if they're BIOS supported in the same subnet. Scripted tasks, custom and built-in. The only built-in one I know of right now is the Cloud Health Check, but it's pretty cool. I'm sure more are coming. But you can do your own custom scripted tasks in there. And then the one thing is because it's so cool, this is the first actual native value add to AVD. So WEM is you can purchase for AVD native as an optimization pack. All you do is drop some cloud connectors in there and you're off and running. So pretty cool there. I just wanted to show you there is a web console too. So with all these, we're showing off the web consoles for the screenshots because that's where we're going with everything. As you know, Studio in the Cloud's web, WEM's web. Shane's going to be showing session recording web. Session recordings becoming a service as well, and so that's going to be a web console. But as you can see here, web console versus legacy console, and they're getting the feature parity there. So feature parity isn't there yet, kind of like Studio took a little bit to get there to where it was completely feature parity, but now WEM is they've actually in the last couple of weeks they've added in quite a few things. But here this screenshot here really highlights what I just talked about. As you can see in the middle, the resource utilization, the profile management, the group policies, application, the enterprise security, CPU management, on and on, right? This screenshot I really like from the web console because it highlights what I just got done talking about for those features that I really love within WEM there, right? So just to give you a quick look at the profile container inside, it's a monitoring piece right now, so you can't take action on it, but it does give you visually from a container standpoint for FS Logics, giving you insights into that. And this shows it in the web console, right? I'm not showing any of the legacy MMC stuff that you're familiar with from a WEM standpoint. So that's kind of that is the biggest highlights or biggest things that I really love from a WEM standpoint. And just to jump off from there, we do have a jump start for WEM. Cloud service only, single configuration set. I won't read through all this, but we have basically point being, we have a jump start to get you going on WEM, especially for the cloud service specifically, where we'll have our engineer with you for a couple of working sessions, doing their thing and really deep dive into WEM and get you ready.